Hey guys, I don't know where this is gonna go. This is a video that I just thought I'd take on the fly, because I've just had these thoughts in my head, and I wanted to kind of get them out before they were gone. You know how it is, you think something and then next thing you know the phone rings and it's gone. I just wanted to know, and I know that it's a question that probably has no answer, at least a definitive answer. And that is, what makes some people go to God and other people reject God, like myself. Obviously at one stage I had swallowed the blue pill and believed that the whole God thing was real. Of course, upon closer inspection within myself, thoughts that I had, thoughts that I thought, and then investigation and talking to people and whatnot, it just doesn't survive close scrutiny. Once you actually look at what is on offer, you find that it's a very, very thin veil. It's all based on faith. There is little or no proof of anything. There's certainly no evidence to support the existence of a God. I was on YouTube a few days ago and I was looking around various videos, just kind of surfing, and I found this guy. You've probably heard of him. His name, he goes by Shockofgod, and he basically called in a radio show, whatever it was, live on air, and asked the atheists who were hosting this, could they provide proof and evidence that atheism was real and true. And no, they couldn't. And of course he claimed this is a victory, and the reason that they couldn't is because he was asking the wrong question. Atheism is not a belief, so therefore it can't be verified. Atheism is a lack of belief. It is the lack of people agreeing that there is a God. It's the denial of someone's claims that there is a God. And so how do you verify that that is true and correct, and how do you provide evidence for that? You can't. It's simply the wrong question to ask, and of course he knew that, and he knew that there was no proper answer to that, and so he posted it on, and he has duped a lot of the people that follow him. A lot of the people that subscribe, they just see this guy and they look up to him as a hero because he has taken their cause online to the masses, and has claimed, victory. It's obviously it's ridiculous. Atheism is simply a denial of a belief in a higher power, a deity. It's not provable. It's only provable if you could prove that your deity is real, and you have evidence to support that. And once you back that up and it's tested and it's verified, then we get on to the second part, people that would deny it. Why do you deny it? Based on such evidence, blah blah blah. If the evidence is there and people can test it and prove it and quantify it, then to refute it is kind of foolhardy if you just base it on, well, I don't believe because I don't believe. The same with people who believe in God. They believe what they believe based on no evidence. There's absolutely no evidence. Having a book that claim is the writings and the workings of God, the Word of God, is simply false. There is no evidence to even back up that claim that God wrote this book, or God inspired people to write this book. It's simply a belief without substantiation. There's no way to prove it. And so they base their belief on faith. That is completely different than basing your belief on evidence. My belief system is based on evidence or lack of evidence. I really wouldn't call, I don't like to call what I believe in a belief system, because it's really not. Atheism is the closest thing to describing what I am, because society demands a label. But because I deny that other people, I deny their belief in a God, I deny it because there's no evidence to support the fact that it actually exists. And because I do this, I am deemed an atheist. I am deemed someone who, doesn't believe, hasn't seen the light, heathen, unbeliever, less than zero in some people's eyes. There are places where the idea of being an atheist is akin to being a devil worshiper, because you don't believe in God, therefore, the devil's got me. The devil has made me not believe in God. The greatest trick that the devil was able to do was to convince me that there was no God. Well, I don't believe in the devil either, because it's a supernatural higher being. I feel that I have a message. You probably just heard that. I feel that I have I don't have a gift. I don't have a special insight into the creation of the universe. I don't have a special insight into how things were done, and I don't have an inside track on, a knowledge base that that other people don't have. What I do have is I am able to reject the existence of a God based on the lack of evidence for one. Now, what allows me to do that? I don't know what allows me to do that, and what another person, where they get caught up and they feel they have to believe, and they do believe, and they live their life, subservient to this make-believe figment of people's imagination. I don't know why I've gotten to the point where I don't believe, and where another person does believe that their entire existence is based around this being. I don't know how I got to the point where I just said no, and another person, given all the evidence to support that there is no God, and believe me, there's a lot of evidence to support there isn't a lot of, a higher being, because there just simply is no evidence to support that there is. I don't know why I've gotten to the point where, and I've been like this for many, many years. Probably just before I started high school, which I started high school in 1984. So I've been having these thoughts and these feelings for a long time. Now, I didn't start as, die-hard atheist then. I was more to the point of I guess I was agnostic. And technically, I'm still agnostic in the sense that I don't know. I don't know 100%. If I did know 100%, I wouldn't. I'd be. People would be flocking to me as they would to anyone if they, could prove that they know 100% the meaning of the universe and how we got here and where we're going and blah blah blah. I'm agnostic in that sense. But I'm an atheist in the sense that I recognize my agnosticism, and that humbles me, and that keeps me humble. But I also am an atheist in the sense that I know that without evidence, any evidence, it leads me down that that path, and I'm comfortable with that. I don't need a higher being. I don't need a God in the sky looking over my shoulder, sitting up in a cloud. I don't need that to give my life meaning. I have what I have based on the decisions that I made in life, not some decisions that some phantom being who created life, the universe, and everything has guided me to, which some people would believe that's how they get to where they are, that God has led them that way, or, you know, do we turn right or do we turn left in life? You know, God leads us one way and the devil leads us another. You know, and the stronger my faith is, you know, the more chance that God is going to lead me in the right direction, and the devil's not going to be able to, you know, to lead me this way. No. No. I reject that. I reject it wholeheartedly. And the decisions that we make in life are purely our decisions, influenced by many, many sources and many, many thoughts and people around us, without a doubt. But not influenced by an imaginary being that floats in the clouds. No, I reject that. And I reject that because no one can show me that it actually exists. It's all about faith. But to close, Mark Twain said something, and I do believe this, you know, wholeheartedly, that faith is believing what you know ain't so. And yeah, I believe that, and I believe that that is, yeah, that's just basically it. You believe it because it can't possibly be true, but you trick yourself into believing that it is. So faith is believing what you know ain't so. Thanks, Mark Twain. Peace, guys.